Somebody told that. Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, and Suge Knight gonna go to jail. You know, these people plan 25 years in advance. Had Pac and Big still been alive today, come on, brother. You and I both know how strong they would have been.
I heard a lot of messed up things about Diddy, but I ain't never heard nothing like this. They're calling him a cannibal. Like he really eat people. A lot of them old R&B singers we ain't seen in a while, they're claiming that Diddy ate them alive. The girl Sarah from Making the Band said one time when Diddy got angry with one of her bandmates, he said, "You make me want to eat your flesh." While recalling another jarring incident, Rivers alleged the music mogul told another contestant he could get a crackhead and paid him $20 to smack the shit out of him. Eminem doubles down on Shawn Diddy Combs' connection to Tupac and Biggie's murders. It's beyond the freak off, it's beyond the baby oil. He facing cannibal accusations.
So I gotta ask you, right? The back cover, man. They had Biggie as PIG and they had Puffy in a tutu. How did that back cover come about?
I mean, the backstory is it was all Tupac's idea. This is what Tupac wanted done.
What he say?
I mean, he was like, he wanted Biggie to look like a pig. He wanted Puffy to be Buffy.
If these rumors are true, every time I hear a Bad Boy song, it's gonna make me want to throw up.
You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio Daddy's house?
They knew Biggie was dead meat. They just wanted to share his flesh with the dog pound out there in LA. Diddy being faced with these cannibal accusations is beyond grim. It's beyond scary. A lot of people don't know how to take this news. We can't believe that he was out in society for this long. I thought I would never be saying this about a hip hop superstar. They shouldn't have been rappers. They all should have went down there to Bang Bros and got jobs, especially with allegations like this out there about him.
You are about to hear some disturbing details of brutal violence and boundless cruelty. And before I say another word, you need to know two things. One, it is one woman's account laid out in a lawsuit that has not yet been proven. And two, the person being accused of these terrible things is Shawn Diddy Combs, and he's denying everything. We touched on this story before, back when Ashley Parham filed a jaw-dropping lawsuit. The claims were just mystifying and overwhelming. She says that she was drugged and gang raped by Diddy and his entourage at a private home in the Bay Area back in 2018. She says after the gang rape, she slashed Diddy with a knife and was shot at by either Diddy or a member of the entourage before narrowly escaping with her life. She then says she was rescued by a neighbor nearby who called police, but she claims the officers who responded ignored her. I reported those details from the court filing, but now Ashley has agreed to sit down with me and detail what happened in person. I also asked her some difficult questions about specifics in her alleged ordeal. In return, we agreed to hide her face, and she joined me earlier today along with her attorney, Ariel Mitchell. If you can, and I'm sorry these questions are so difficult. I'm following along with the affidavit for the most part. Can you tell me what happened after you say Shawn Combs allegedly raped you with the TV remote? What happened after that in that bedroom with all of those people present?
They took turns raping me, and Shawn Combs raped me.
How they gonna blank her out, but you can clearly see that she Caucasian? I can see her clearly, man. I could put the camera light up to the TV and her whole face gonna be glowing.
Shane Pierce also raped me, but vaginally. And the bodyguard guy, he raped me as well while Shawn Combs was sitting.
You gotta take allegations seriously. I know people like to write people off and say, oh, they just lying. Oh, they just talking. Why would somebody want to lie about something like that? I know for millions of dollars, but that might not be the case. She might be telling the truth. Diddy probably did do what they alleging that he did do.
Sitting in a chair naked, filming it, and jerking off to watching me being raped.
Shawn Combs was masturbating while you say the other members of his party were taking turns with you?
Yeah.
Important to note, these are accusations only at this point. They have not been proven in a court of law. It's not a criminal case. It is a civil case. And you're going to hear a full hour of our conversation tomorrow on a special edition of Banfield, including Parham's answer.
Life! That's what they're going to have to wind up giving him, life. After all of this, there's no coming home. There's no trying to start over. There's no asking for forgiveness. Where accusations like these, even though it haven't been proven, for people to be able to have the conversation about him in this way, doing these type of things, is over. He might as well just hope to stay in jail. Jail is the place for him. There's no other place on earth that's willing to accept him. After all this news came out, there's not a community, a nursing home willing to take him in. The reason why I let y'all know about this accuser is because things like this are being said about Diddy. There's people saying that he did unthinkable things to them. So when y'all hear rumors about him eating the notorious B.I.G., how come we didn't see Biggie in his casket? And if these things sound ridiculous, you're going to have to say that this accuser sounds ridiculous as well. So there's nothing that could possibly be said about this man that doesn't sound ridiculous. And not to mention, a lot of people do believe that he did have something to do with B.I.G.'s murder.
One of the greatest unsolved crimes in the last 50 years has been the murder of notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace. Happened back on March 9th, 1997. The rapper was gunned down in a drive-by shooting out in Los Angeles after Vibe magazine's Soul Train Awards party at the Peterson Automotive Museum. And though there have been theories and speculation and rumors, no arrests have ever been made in connection with this killing. But now, an accusation has surfaced that perhaps Shawn Diddy Combs, the man we have been focusing upon a lot lately, could have been involved somehow in this shooting. And this insinuation comes from Gene Deal. Now,
oh, come on. I'm thinking they about to hit us with them hardcore facts about some that they picked up from the NYPD. I'm thinking they about to bring out a forensics expert. Gene Deal is the source of this primetime news that they putting out there.
Gene Deal is Combs' former bodyguard, who has been quite outspoken about Combs recently, especially after Combs has been accused of sexual assault in multiple lawsuits and currently sits in a Brooklyn detention center awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution charges. His trial is currently scheduled for May 5th, 2025. But you see, Mr. Deal, who was reportedly Combs' bodyguard from 1991 to 2005, sat down for an interview in a new documentary called Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy that aired on Peacock. And I want to read you what Deal said, because when he was asked about Combs and Biggie, he remarks, so did he directly have something to do with it?
He looked like he just got done eating the best T-bone steak he ever had in his life on Diddy's dime. A big old fat glass of wine. He got chicks all on his meat. He probably living worse than Diddy. His shirt all unbuttoned. What he just got done doing while he talking about Diddy having freak-offs or whatever.
He could have. And he bases that off of his perception that Combs was maybe acting a little weird leading up to the 24-year-old's death. He says on the show, the week which Biggie was murdered, he was just acting real anxious and trying to get big at this party. And what's crazy was Big was telling people he had to be in London, but Puff was telling people he ain't going to London that whole week. So
Diddy do look like a damn wolf. And Biggie, according to Tupac, looked a lot like a pig. So a wolf with a pig, somebody was gonna get got.
So you fast forward to the day of the party and Deal says, I'm sitting up at the Beverly Hills Hotel and I get a phone call. It's about 9 o'clock. And they say, Gene, get ready, we go into the Vibe party. I was like, we go into this party, we don't have no security. But according to Deal, he tried to warn Combs that this probably wasn't a good idea. He says, yo, Puff, I got some intel, bruh. He said, what? I said, yo, man, if we go to this party tonight, one of us is going to get killed. Somebody going to die, because now we had East Coast, West Coast beef.
They taking Gene Deal's statements and putting it into his trial. You know the court is public opinion, man. So they putting this out there in the court of public opinion, but the court of public opinion actually makes it to the courtroom. The jury being tampered with. We all being tampered with, man. They tampering with us with all of this stuff that they putting out there. So when the trial do happen, they don't see every Gene Deal video. They did their homework on this guy. Life. They gonna give him life. They might even mess around to give him the chair. With this type of stuff, he had Freddy Krueger proportions. They might burn him at the stake for doing this madness. I want to say thank y'all so much for watching. I got so much love for y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Do y'all believe that Diddy is actually a cannibal? Like he really eating people? Do y'all believe he ate Biggie? They're saying he also paid for the corpse of Tupac Shakur to have for lunch. I know that sounds ridiculous, but have you seen Tupac in the casket? Is there any video of his funeral or anything? Maybe, I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on. They clone Tyrone. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I got so much love for y'all.